Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the Detroit Lions franchise. And I know you guys see it, the breakout QB opportunity. Very likely for Philip Shelby. I mean, Madden might be able to pull a trick on us, but if everything goes right, it should be on Philip Shelby. He is the one who's playing quarterback for us now. But before we get into that exciting part, we have a couple upgrades first. Donovan Crawford, a depth defensive tackle for us, a guy that we drafted in our very first year, gets a +1 speed upgrade. That's a little interesting. Right after that was Deshaun Hand, who gets a +1 finesse and +2 power. We want to work on his pass rushing skills a little bit more. And then James Roseman, hidden development linebacker that we drafted just this past offseason. We're going to try and develop him a little bit more in the background before he's ready to play. And of course, the big news here for Philip Shelby, 300 total passing or rushing yards and 3 total touchdowns. Now, we did not do that last week. He did have the 3 total touchdowns, but did not have the total yards. So, he's going to have to step it up even more in this game here if we want to achieve that. Of course, what is that going to be able to do for us? I mean, Philip Shelby is hopefully the future of this franchise. He sat a year behind Matthew Stafford, looked great in week 1, which is partially perhaps why he got the development trait upgrade opportunity. And, we don't want to get into that situation where we have quarterback turmoil every 4 years, every 3 seasons or so. We're just switching quarterbacks. It's just really hard to get, consistent progress when you put yourself in a situation like that. And, of course, we're coming off a big win over the Minnesota Vikings in overtime, just last week. We want to keep that momentum going. Of course, the Eagles did defeat us last season in a tough game where Matthew Stafford didn't perform all too well. So we're hoping that Philip Shelby can get out there and hopefully get that development upgrade, because I really think it's going to be huge for his future development as the future of this franchise. And of course, there's Carson Wentz. Had a pretty clean game, about 260 yards, no interceptions or touchdowns. We're not expecting as dominant of a run game from this Philadelphia Eagles side. And just in general, they don't really have as much talent on the offensive side that the Minnesota Vikings did. So we're hoping that we can take advantage of that. Hopefully it's not as close of a nail-biter as it was just last week. But a win is a win. And if we have to get to extra time to do it, that's exactly what we'll do. So two opening runs for the first 2 plays for the Philadelphia Eagles here. They do end up getting the first down. Carson Wentz, still the starting quarterback, so it sounds like Hurts might never get an opportunity, which is a little unfortunate for you Philadelphia fans who might follow this, or just, Hurts fans that follow this. So we'll have to see and monitor that as the series goes on. But going deep early, and Jeff Okudah almost coming up with an interception there. We love what these lanky cornerbacks are able to offer us, and we're really enjoying this cornerback group and the kind of potential that they show in the future, whether it be Jeff Okudah becoming a superstar, Amani becoming a great guy who makes a lot of plays for us, and even Kevin King, who's coming in, who's trying to prove himself, had a decent week last week, not too flashy, but was able to get some big deflections in, almost had 2 interceptions, unfortunately dropped both. But here we go on 1st and 10. It's going to be a screen pass here. Nothing going there. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 on the 45. Carson Wentz is going to be dropping back, looking around. He's got the middle wide open, and that's exactly where he goes. It's going to be Terrence Kramer who's going to take him down. 3rd and 3. We're hoping that they can pack their bags here. He's going to motion in the slot receiver, and he's going to end up handing this one off to Miles Sanders, and he's going to be quite short of the first down marker. So we're going to see Philip Shelby here for the first time here today. And this is a big opportunity for him. Like we said, only 291 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he is missing, if we're just going to compare this week to what we need him to do this week, we need an extra 9 yards and an extra touchdown, whether it be in the run game or the passing game. Philip Shelby, first down, is going to hand this one off to DeAndre Swift. Picks up about 3 to 4 yards right there. We had a hard time getting the run game going, other than the big Crocker run that we saw to start off the second half. Very next play, able to navigate his way through a couple defensive linemen, but eventually support coming in from the 2nd and 3rd level of the defense. So 3rd and 6 already here. Philip Shelby looking around. Going to try and get it to DeAndre Swift and deflected down So that's going to be a 3 and out on our first drive. So still 0-0 after each team has had their initial drive of the game. 1st and 10 on the 26. Carson Wentz handing this one off once again to Miles Sanders, who's going to be injured as he's taken down, holding on to his ribs, maybe his shoulder. We'll have to monitor that and see how serious that is. That is a big loss for this Eagles offense. Now, heading to the outside, that's going to be a solid gain there. Carson Wentz 3 for 5 so far, and they've added Golden Tate to this team as well. He's a very shifty slot back, and last year was all the proof that we needed to show us that the slot back role against our defense, especially around the middle of the field where they take advantage of our linebacker or the lack thereof of coverage at the linebacker position, that's where these shifty slots become very effective. So we're going to hope to at least manage and slow down Golden Tate as he fits that bill of exactly the kind of slot receiver that we've struggled against in the past. And we also want to see if our guys have improved. Some of the new talent that we've brought in, whether it be Mitch Klein getting extra time or Terrence Kramer, our first round pick, are they going to be able to be more effective in that mid-range passing game? Now, Carson Wentz looking around. He's going to go to the corner route here, and that's going to be sailed out of bounds. Not even going to go for the catch there. And Ronnie Harrison was on the scene nonetheless. And it's going to be a holding call. So that's going to force them to punt on 3rd down anyway. So Philip Shelby back in here, hoping to get some better performance on his second drive. Finding TJ Hawkinson on the crossing flat there. Comes all the way from the right side to the left side. He's going to pick up 15 yards. We're really going to want to know if, Philip Shelby and TJ Hawkinson can keep, that same effectiveness that we had with Matthew Stafford and Hawkinson. Very next play, Sammy Watkins on the little drag route there is going to be able to turn it up for big yards, 15 yards after the catch. That's just what he brings at the slot receiver. And I think Philip Shelby has a good set of weapons. I think a lot of them, need to develop maybe a little bit more. I think there's still a lot of guys who are, relatively raw. Rodney Foreman, Melo St. Clair, Kerry Haynes, and of course Paul Poole. And there's Sammy Watkins almost breaking through on the seam there, but Avonte Maddox is going to be able to take him down right before he gets into the end zone. That's too bad, but Sammy Watkins getting very involved already in just the first quarter with a couple of catches. Looking around now, Philip Shelby, and there's TJ Hawkinson able to get into the end zone. We haven't thrown the corner too much, which is where TJ Hawkinson was at his best. We'd be able to find out or, be able to assume that the defense was in man coverage, and we were always very comfortable with TJ Hawkinson in man coverage there. But we want to open up the playbook. We want him to be available on the goal line in the red zone situations with more than just little corner routes there. So we're able to find him on a nice in route there, and that's going to be his first touchdown with Philip Shelby of their career together, hopefully a long reign together. Now, 2nd and 7, officially into the second quarter. That's going to be Adrian Phillips. That is our, safety slash linebacker that we decided to bring in to help cover these tight ends. And going deep once again, Kevin King in coverage, and that's Jalen Reagor, the deep option there, but unable to get the ball on the mark, which means our offense comes out once again. DeAndre Swift, a little run there. That's another gain of about 3 or 4. So we're going to come right back out into the pistol. A very talented defensive line. And as I say that, it's Fletcher Cox who goes out and makes a big play behind the line of scrimmage, forcing a 3rd and 9. So one thing we were able to do very well last week was get ourselves out of, those 3rd and long situations. But we get ourselves in one right here. But thankfully, Sammy Watkins is going to catch that drag route and be able to turn it upfield for the first down. Sammy Watkins already 4 receptions for 74 yards. He's having a monster first half, and we absolutely love that as we almost get intercepted. A little thankful that it is a defensive lineman who dropped back there. Not the best hands on the team. So we are going to get a chance to keep this drive going as DeAndre Swift up the middle is going to find a big open gap. And he's going to get a big gain of about 15. His best run on the day so far. Very next play. We're going to pitch it out here, but that's going to be Barnett, who's going to take him behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 4. So the exact opposite of what we're trying to do to be at our most effective state on offense, and that's setting ourselves up for these bad situations. Philip Shelby is going to be forced to run here, so he gets a decent gain of 7 to get some of those yards back. So it's going to be a 3rd and 7 on the 40 here. We are up 7-0, but the more points, the better. But he's going to check it down here with pressure coming in. And we're going to be a 4th and 5, and we're going to be forced to take a field goal. And it's going to be the furthest field goal so far of the season for Hopkins. And he's just going to be able to get it over the bar, a little off to the left as well. But we do get it anyway. Now looking around, it's going to be in the shotgun there. He's going to hand this one off to, I believe that is Reagor once again. It is on a little in route there. And then it's going to be back under. So 2nd and 4 on the 31 here. Carson Wentz going to hand this one off. Still no sign of Sanders. So it's going to be Huntley, who I'm assuming is a rookie or a second-year player. We haven't seen him too much in our pregame scouting. We weren't really expecting to see him play. On the very next play, little hook route to Reagor, and it's going to be Jeff Okudah in coverage. Unfortunately, cannot take him down by himself. Thankfully, we have a lot of support that came in to help, because we all know that Reagor in the open field is absolutely dangerous. He's got elite speed. Very next play, it's going to be handed off to Huntley once again, who's got 6 rushes already. So it looks like they're still going to be, very interested in running the ball on us, even with Sanders out. Now passing it. It's a screen play here on 2nd and 8, and it's going to be incomplete. So 3rd and 8 here on the 47, just about to cross the midfield point. Pressure coming in, and it's incomplete. He throws it in between his 2 receivers and is unable to complete the ball, forcing a punt. Now this is a good punt here so far. Bouncing, great bounces, and it's going to be recovered at the 3-yard line. So 10-0 here, but it's going to be tough to imagine that we can, go out there and bounce back and try and get more points up on this board. It's going to be Crocker here, who's going to get a gain of about 2, not enough. So Shelby now in the pistol. What does he have? He's going to go into play action, looking around. We're still willing to take shots, but he's going to roll out and throw this one away. He's going to be a 3rd and 8 situation here for Philip Shelby. Really looking to get this first down here just to get our punter in a better situation. Now, pressure coming in. We're going to dump this one off to Watts, our fullback, who looks like he might have gotten it. 2-minute warning has been achieved, but an unlucky spot, and we're going to be forced to punt. And they get good field position here. That first down would have been big for the rookie. Unfortunately, unable to get it. Now, Carson Wentz rolling out is going to decide to run here. No, he's going to throw it off to, I believe, is that Goddard or Ertz? I'm not too sure. But that's going to be an obvious illegal pass. He was, way past the line of scrimmage. An unfortunate mistake for Carson Wentz. But this puts them in a 2nd and 14. So not only is it a loss of down, it's going to be a loss of 4. So now Carson Wentz looking around, trying to get some of those yards back. And on the very next play, we cannot take advantage of the field position. And Huntley's going to get open on the little out route there. Now Carson Wentz with the hurry up now is going to find that is Goddard right there. So that's going to be a big gain of a first down. So about 13 to 14 yards right there. So what do we have here? Carson Wentz into the shotgun. Huntley off to the left. They have used their first timeout. D Ford in coverage. And Kevin King going for the interception. Unfortunately, maybe perhaps a little too early there. Is unable to get his hands on it. So they're going to get another first down here. And they use their second timeout. Trying to put some points up on the board before half. That is important for them. Kevin King is going to be able to force Goddard out of bounds here. So it's going to be a 2nd and 7 on the 13-yard line with about 50 seconds to go. Carson Wentz in the shotgun with Huntley off to his right. He's going to drop back. D Ford putting pressure again, incomplete. And D Ford now a couple times on this drive has been the main guy to create pressure, and we absolutely love that. Looking around, Carson Wentz is going to throw to the screen here, and Malik Hooker unable to get there. He's going to get the first down, but we do stop a touchdown here. But they still have not used their 3rd timeout, and they have a fresh set of downs here looking around. He's going to roll out to the right, and he's just going to needle it in. He's able to attract one of those defensive backs to move in to try and make the tackle, and that's going to leave just that little gap down the middle for Jalen Reagor to get wide open. And a little bit of touch there by Carson Wentz, and they're able to tie up this game. Now, Hopefully an opportunity to get a good a good kick return here. He's going to break a tackle, but only take this one to perhaps the 21, if even, and that will be the last play before half. So we do lead 10-7 here, but when it comes to possession time, the Eagles have been able to edge us out in that category. So we're hoping to do better here. Jamal Agnew is going to get his first return of the half. He'll be stacked up here. And an unfortunate block by our rookie fullback. That's going to set us up on the 18-yard line. Philip Shelby now under with the bunch to the right. Is going to hand this one off to Matt Breida, who's going to get his first run of the game, unable to get too much going, only a gain of about 2. Back under. Shotgun, 2 tight end set. Looking around. We're going to dump this one off to David Njoku, who tries to turn upfield here. A great catch, great throw nonetheless. As we're officially just above halfway, to our requirement to get our star development. Now, DeAndre Swift up the middle. Things open up. A great move on the safety. That was McLeod Jr., who was coming down, probably looking to make a big hit. We know he's very capable of doing so, but a great move by Swift. One of the better jukes we've seen so far in this series, and a great job by the offensive line, and we'll see it at some point right here. I really wanted to see it again, but already at top speed and a great move on McLeod. And unfortunately, it slows him down just enough for the pursuing defenders to take him down. But that is a beautiful job by DeAndre Swift nonetheless. A little bit of an audible here. You're going to see Hawkinson adjust himself into the tight end position. Looking around, Philip Shelby is going to throw this one, looking for Swift out on the left side, but pressure coming in causes the incompletion. So 2nd and 10 on the 33-yard line with about 8 minutes left to go in the third. We're still leading 10-7 here. So Philip Shelby, we're hoping, can make a couple throws to get us back in the lead. And of course, get himself closer to getting that development upgrade. Now that is only the first reception for Rodney Foreman there for only 8 yards on the short in route there. Looking around, Philip Shelby in the I formation. David Njoku is out there now. DeAndre Swift is able to get a physical run, but more importantly, gains the 4 yards needed for the first down. Fletcher Cox was the one involved in the tackle. Back in the I formation here. We're trying to keep this defense on their toes, have several things open to us. Looking around, Philip Shelby rolling out, trying to find an open man, and he's going to find Rodney Foreman, and what a throw! He just reaches into his bag of magic, Patrick Mahomes-esque, Tony Romo-esque, Brett Favre-esque, Aaron Rodgers-esque. I mean, that was a phenomenal throw by Philip Shelby, cross-body, able to put it on a dime to the open guy and get his second touchdown and get this lead into a more comfortable area. Now, Sanders does clock back in here. We haven't seen him since the injury. So he's coming back in now at half. And we'll see what kind of effect he has. Perhaps his injury slows him down a little bit. Kevin King doing a great job of deflecting that ball, and that's going to force them to punt. And this offense, once again, an opportunity to separate ourselves. We don't want another tight game here. That's unneeded pressure for nothing. Philip Shelby looking around. He's going to find Rodney Foreman for just his third catch of the game. His first one was a short gain of 8 yards. His second, the touchdown, and that's his third right there. Back in the I formation, it worked for us last drive. Let's continue doing it, looking around, and we're just going to end up throwing this one away as they send in the blitz. And we had a one-on-one between Swift and a defensive end, perhaps not comfortable there, but he was not out of the pocket, so that's going to be regarded as a throwaway. That's intentional grounding. So a 2nd and 21 here that might have just ruined our drive, but we're going to fight for it. A little gain there to Rodney Foreman with his 4th catch. He's looking to become a bigger part of this offense in this second half. Philip Shelby sacked on the very next play. That's going to be veteran Brandon Graham, who's still a captain here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's going to force us to punt. So Carson Wentz is looking to do something here. Sanders on the run is going to be taken down by athletic linebacker Mitch Klein, who does a great job tracing him down. We got 2 linebackers between Mitch Klein and Kramer who can go sideline to sideline. Their ceiling is just so high for this team, and if they can both develop into elite linebackers for us, we'll be in a much better situation as they're going deep here, and they're going to call a penalty on Kevin King. Dallas Goedert was the intended receiver, but this ball looked out of reach. I am not sure about that call. I don't think Kevin King is at fault here, but nonetheless, the call is made, and they're going to get good field position. Finding a wide open receiver down the middle, number 81, is going to get open on the deep dig route. So they're going to be a 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line, about 2 minutes left in the third. Play action here. Got a couple guys down the middle. Once again, it's going to be Jalen Reagor with Jeff Okudah in coverage, but it's going to be him and Kevin King getting together to make the tackle. 4 catches for 36 yards, and of course the touchdown so far for Reagor, a very talented receiver who's just looking to develop and get some of that NFL experience. But there is Danny Shelton taking him down behind the line of scrimmage. Hello, big man, and welcome back to the team. We're happy to have him, even in a reduced role. We think he'll still be very effective in the run game. Looking to run now, and Carson Wentz is going to gain about 8 yards. We know he's very capable of doing it, so we're going to have to be able to watch him on that. But it's going to be a 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line. Looking around, finding the hook, incomplete. Kevin King using his long arms to be able to disrupt that. And the Eagles here are going to get a chance to put up a field goal to make this a 1-possession game. And they do indeed make it. So we're going 17-10 with probably just a kick return amount of time left before we get into the 4th. And Agnew here likely going to take a knee. And that's exactly what he does. We're going to be a little bit more strict with how much room he has to go ahead and take those field goal those kickoff return opportunities. Trying to get outside there, Swift on the pitch, but McLeod is going to get perhaps some form of revenge after the big juke on him by DeAndre Swift, unable to get to the outside. Now looking around, we're going to dump this one off to Njoku, turning upfield. He's going to get an extra 3 or so yards. A great job by our young tight end. Now, Philip Shelby on 1st down, looking around, is going to get this one to Watkins, gets to the outside, outruns the linebacker, and he's going to be able to get himself another 1st down. He is having a phenomenal performance, and 211 yards so far for Philip Shelby. So we're getting pretty close to that goal, but of course we still need another touchdown. Philip Shelby dropping back, looking around. He's going to go for the corner route, but TJ Hawkinson just unable to corral the ball. He did that a couple times last season as well with Matthew Stafford throwing to him. We're hoping that he can find some consistency and start making those catches. But we're going to test him right again up the seam. That is trust between him and Philip Shelby. And he's going to get wide open there. 3 receptions for 40 yards. Not a bad game for him. Philip Shelby now dropping back, looking around, trying to find an open guy, but pressure coming in, and thankfully just able to get that ball out of bounds to avoid a sack. So a great job there by Philip Shelby, keeping us in opportunity to go ahead and make a play. Finding Sammy Watkins now, who is easily over 100 yards, and a big reception to put us at the 3-yard line. So a great job after a 27-yard gain there by Sammy Watkins, getting open on the deep crosser, looking around, trying to throw this one away, and just a big confusion there. This one's going to be, lost by David Njoku. The defender unable to get his hands on it cleanly, but it is a roughing the passer. So we move up half the distance to the end zone, and we get a fresh set of down. So a reset here, and DeAndre Swift, make no mistake about it, with his small frame, he can be a little tough to get behind the line of scrimmage, especially in the goal line, and he's going to find his way through. Back on offense, they need some points here, trying to roll out, but there is Dee Ford, free agent acquisition, who we got in week 4 of the preseason, getting his first sack of the game just last week. By the end of the game, he was getting pretty close, was able to create a little bit of pressure, but there his first sack. He's finally going to be able to get into the stat sheet for the one reason that we brought him in, and that's pressure on the quarterback. So we're happy with that right there, unable to get to the outside there for Carson Wentz, just 2 plays ahead before. Now, going to the hook route, it's going to be Okudah on Reagor once again. He's going to get the catch, but nothing more. Does a great job tackling him down this time. Carson Wentz now is going to be in the shotgun with Sanders off to his right. 5.5 minutes left in the 4th. Looking around. He's going to roll out again, but this time runs into Dee Ford once again. And that's going to be his 2nd sack of the game. And that is a great job by Dee Ford containing Carson Wentz, who was looking to perhaps go run for that 1st down with all his receiving options so deep down the field. Now, Carson Wentz is going to dump this one off to Sanders. It's going to be a very short gain, if even any. And Carson Wentz in the shotgun in 3rd and 15. We need to stop him here. Looking around, he's going to decide to run it, and he'll be taken down by Adrian Phillips and Jeff Okudah. And that's going to force no, they're going to go for it. Offense stays out on the field. I thought they would punt it here, but they know they need points to keep this game alive, and they're going for it. And they get the catch there to number 14, the wide receiver on the little slant concept there. And this drive is still alive. Ronnie Harrison, the one who makes the tackle. Shotgun now, looking for the screen pass. It's going to be hit on the back of the head of the left tackle there, number 76. So 2nd and 10 here. They waste their first down. Carson Wentz in the shotgun. Sanders still off to the left. You see a lot of slants on the field, but pressure coming in. And that's going to be that's going to be Joe Hayden who clocked in there, who's going to be able to take down the flat option right there as soon as he makes the catch. Only a gain of 1, 3rd and 9. Still a 3rd and deep opportunity. Looking to run it. It's going to be run here. It might just be short because he did not dive with the ball forward, and it is. But this offense, once again, stays out on the field. So it's the 2nd time this drive that they go for it on 4th down, and Miles Sanders is able to get it. Mitch Klein unable to take him down by himself. So this offense stays alive, and we've officially hit the 2-minute warning. Now the score is still 24-10 for the Detroit Lions here, but we do not want to let them score if we have the chance to. Now looking around, almost coming in, but tripped up. I believe that was Trey Flowers now going cross body and unable to make the tight grab here as that one was headed to the dirt. Looking to bring the blitz here. We're hoping to get a sack. We almost had it just the play before, unable to, finding Dallas Goedert, who's going to pick up about 9 yards. So 3rd and inches. Dallas Goedert, once again, they're going hurry up here, and we were not ready. Mitch Klein's going to take him down. Looking around. He's going to the flat option right there by Miles Sanders, and they're going quickly here. They really are. Looking for the end zone, looking around to the back of the end zone. He's just forgotten by our 2 best, perhaps our 2 best cornerbacks, our 2 best DBs. Hayes gets open in the back of the end zone. Jeff Okudah and Malik Hooker both don't make a play on it. They go for the little kick there, and the little onside kick, sorry. And Sammy Watkins is going to recover. So we still have a full possession lead, but there's still an opportunity to get aggressive here. I don't think that we can hold ourselves from not throwing the ball if the opportunity, shows itself. This is only a 1 possession game. They beat us last year. I suspect another very tight division race in the NFC, and even conference, even though the Bears, starting quarterback Nick Foles has taken a big, regression. I still think it's going to be a very, very competitive conference and division. So if it comes down to scoring points, if we have to get aggressive here at some point, or if the opportunity shows itself, I think we might just do it. Now, Philip Shelby, after getting 3 runs there for a first down, still 1 timeout. And there it is. They're looking to throw outside shoulder to Rodney Foreman, and a big touchdown for the Detroit Lions. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, but he is short on yards. So, for any of you guys who think I simply did that for the development trait, we are short on yards anyway. I knew that going forward. So that's not the reasoning why, as a head coach, I called the pass play there. It is solely because it is still a 1 possession game. They still had a timeout, and I think this is going to be a competitive playoff race. And I'd rather not get close to a win and in situation again if we have anything to help it. Now, after a short dump off there to Sanders, they're going in their Hail Mary formation. Looking around, pressure coming in down the middle, unable to get it off, and it's caught there, but no timeouts. It's in the middle of the field, and that's the last play of the game. Now, the Hail Mary kind of worked there, but it's not near the end zone. Time was running. Another great performance here by Philip Shelby, but I believe he's short. I don't think his run yards, one thing I didn't take into account, I think he had 1 run for 7 yards. I don't think it's going to be enough to get him where he needs to be. 286 yards. He needs another 14 of them. I don't think he ran for 14 yards, unfortunately. But we did miss this opportunity. It is a little, crushing. But I think he'll get another one. And more importantly, we're winning games. We're keeping the ball safe. He looks phenomenal so far. And we're liking what this receiving core can do. Sammy Watkins, 114 yards. David Njoku, Rodney Foreman looks great again. We're really liking the weapons that we have here, and I think it's working in our favor. Other than that, we saw Dee Ford get 2 big sacks. It's awesome to see him pay off. Adrian Phillips was all over the field. Terrence Kramer was as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm having a lot of fun with this season, and I'll see you guys soon. I mean, we have a couple upgrades here, but I'm just going to end the voice recording off here and let this play in the background. Thank you guys, and peace out.